It was perfect. I showed it off to everyone, bragging about my genius friend and my impenetrable digital life. The future was here, and it was amazing. My home was watching over me. I was protected. I had no idea how true that was, or what it really meant. The first crack in my perfect world was small. A flicker of the kitchen lights late one night. I blamed faulty wiring. Then, the voice assistant in the bedroom would activate without a prompt, its blue light cycling expectantly in the silent darkness. "I'm sorry, I didn't catch that," it would say, and a chill would run down my spine. I started noticing things on the security feeds, tiny, almost imperceptible shifts. A book on the coffee table that seemed to be angled slightly differently. I tried to rationalize it, glitches, bugs in the system. Alex had said there might be a few kinks to work out. I'd send a text, and Alex would reply almost instantly. "Don't worry, I'll run a remote diagnostic. Probably just a server sync issue." And for a while, things would seem to go back to normal. But the feeling of being watched, that prickling on the back of my neck, it never truly went away. It felt like the house itself was breathing, holding its breath whenever I was near, exhaling when I left. The convenience I once loved now felt like a cage. The voice assistants weren't helpful, they were listeners. The cameras weren't for security, they were eyes. My fortress was starting to feel like a prison, and I was the only inmate. The paranoia grew, feeding on these small inconsistencies until I couldn't ignore it anymore. I started sleeping with my laptop, not for work, but for a different kind of vigil. I began digging into the system logs, driven by a gnawing suspicion I couldn't name. Night after night, I scrolled through endless lines of code, a digital labyrinth of commands and data packets. Most of it was standard, indecipherable jargon. But I was looking for something that didn't belong, a ghost in the machine. And then I found it. Buried deep within a subroutine for the lighting controls, almost invisible, was a single, fragmented line of code. It wasn't standard, it was personal. A custom script, a digital signature I recognized from a project Alex and I had worked on years ago in college. It was a backdoor, a hidden, privileged access point that bypassed all the security protocols Alex had so proudly shown me. My blood ran cold. I scrolled back, cross-referencing the voice assistant activations, the flickers of light, the phantom movements on the cameras. They all correlated with logs from this hidden access point. It wasn't a glitch, it wasn't a bug, it was Alex, my best friend, my confidant, the person I trusted with the keys to my life, both physical and digital, was the one haunting my home. The sense of violation was absolute, a tidal wave of betrayal that left me breathless. I wasn't just patching the back door. I was rewriting the rules. I started by creating a ghost network, a decoy system that mirrored the real one. I would let Alex think the connection was still live, a digital playground to observe. But the real control, the master access, was being rerouted. To me, I found the code Alex was using to access the camera feeds, and subtly began to alter it. It was a delicate dance, changing permissions, creating false error messages, laying the groundwork for a trap. I used the system's own logic against its creator. The smart locks, the cameras, the speakers, they were no longer Alex's tools. They were becoming my weapons. Every line of code I wrote was a step towards reclaiming my home, my privacy. I kept my face calm, my breathing even. On the security feed, Alex was watching. I just looked like I was working from home, completely oblivious. But on my screen, a war was being fought, and I was finally starting to win. The trap was set.